Hello again and welcome to Storm Talk. Today we will be going over Zagara, the broodmother of the swarm. So, let's take a little bit of a look at Zagara's model. Pretty nice. She kind of has like a baneling butt going on. Got a little bit of a headgear, spikes, nice looking carapace. She kind of looks like she was meant for this game. They probably used, like, literally, baneling butt here, some lurker spikes here, some hydralisk or queen legs. Yeah, like, she's meant for StarCraft. So, it's pretty good. She is a StarCraft character. In fact, she's in StarCraft. Never mind, sorry, that's not Zagara. That's another broodmother. But we'll get into that later. So, her basic attacks are Baneling Barrage. She launches a stream of Banelings that explode on contact with an enemy. Hunter Killers unleash a Hydralisk on an enemy. Infestation Drop. Bombard an area with Zerg drop pod that will spawn Roachlings. Creep Tumors. Her passive allows her to generate creep, allowing Zagara and her minions to move faster. Devouring Maw. Summon a giant maw to engulf enemies in an area, devouring and damaging them. Or the Nidus Network. Place a Nidus Network around the battlefield to travel between them. Now her skins, you have the Broodmother of the Swarm, the Master Zagara, which is her level 10 skin, and Insectoid, which bugs me, because scorpions are not insects. Although Zagara only has 8 legs, she does have 2 arms and claws, so she has 10 limbs now. And then it also gives her like a mouth on her pelvis with teeth. Like, I can't remember what they're called in insects and arachnids and stuff, but those little, like, things next to their mouth, like the large things on a spider, those are basically teeth designed to pull things into their mouth. And it's like she has nothing like that in her other 2 skins, so it's like, what is that? Like, is that designed to pull things into her crotch, like when she's breeding or something? Like, that's just creepy. Anyway, colors. Some simple recolors. She does have different eye colors for each skin. Her eye colors match her Baneling color. Master skin. Awkwardly enough, Master skin isn't just like Broodmother skin, even though it's basically just a rework. You can see her tail spikes are basically the same, just kind of a little more curved. Her carapace spikes are just more spiky, and her headgear is just more dramatic. And she has Kerrigan hair. Oh, she has Kerrigan hair in normal form too. I've never noticed that before. But colors, her entire body color changes. But eye color is still based on Baneling color. And in arachnid form, eye color changes as well in each form. So, yeah. I'm gonna go red. What's our... No, yeah, I'm gonna go red Master form. Let's get this started. So, as you can see, Zagara does not actually have a mount. Zagara's mount is her wings. It does have the standard mount speed of 40, but she basically just flies. You can tell Zagara's mounted because she walks compared to she flies. Okay, now as her basic abilities go, she has Baneling, or actually, let's go ahead and Drop tumors. You can store up to 3 of them, as you can see here. Drop tumors. You lay creep tumors down the ground. It charges. It costs 20 minutes mana to drop them, and they charge every 15 seconds. And it has like a 3-second cooldown. They are invisible to enemies, but enemies standing on them break them, I believe. Also, enemies' AoE attacks will break them. And towers, obviously. So, I'm going to just kind of put a little bit of creep here. Now, it does increase movement speed by 20% and health regeneration by 100%. Tumors last for 240. They used to be permanent, but now that you have charges, they're kind of meant for you drop them, and yeah. Anyway, continuing, we have abilities. Baneling Barrage. You shoot out a bunch of banelings, they hit stuff, they explode. It's pretty much self-explanatory. You have Hunter Killer. You stick a Hydralisk onto something. One thing about this is it will only attack one target. So, if you use this on a minion by accident or something, you'll kill that one minion. And then the Hunter Killer would just be like, okay, I have 6 seconds left, bye. And then final is Infestation Drop. The drop pod causes damage and spawns roachlings, which will cause more damage. Now, one thing you'll notice out of each, or all 3 of her attacks, that the towers were capable of fighting back. This is because all of her attacks are counted as minions.
The conquest begins.
Is there any way I can get rid of those? No. All of her attacks are counted as minions. Due to her attacks being counted as minions, they are capable of being attacked. You do not gain experience for them, but anything that would enable you to gain stats or abilities based on killing minions, such as the Witch Doctor's Poison, or I'm trying to think of some good ones, but I can't. And she doesn't have one. The Witch Doctor's Poison, the Assassin's ability to increase the amount of damage they do as things die around them, and a couple other talents like that can make Zagara a really easily hard counter, honestly. When I'm playing Witch Doctor, I love it when I'm against Zagara, because literally every time she hits me with a Baneling, I just drop I drop my frogs, they're dead. Every time she summons Hydralisk, I shoot it with one dart and let it die. Every time she drops Roachlings, I drop something. Any of my attacks that are attacking her will save my life. And it heals me. So, but we're not talking about him. So let's look at this. As you can see, on creep, off creep, at level 1 you have 750 HP, 1.51 health regeneration. Mana is at 500 with 3 regeneration. Attack range is 5.5, a decent range. Attack damage is at 37. Attacks per second are at 1.25 attacks per second. Siege damage is same as attack damage. Let's go ahead and give a couple of levels. You can see each level, how she progresses. One thing I'd love it if they add here is a level up to what level, reset level, and like reset talent.
Choose a talent.
And also toggle minion, toggle bots. Because if you notice, minions and bots are on. Well, what if I don't want the bots? What if I just want to poke at minions and show you? Okay, so as you can see, at max level, 510, 5,100 hit points with a 10.57 regeneration. 790 mana with a 5.83 regeneration. Same attack range and damage, or same attack range and attack speed, but her siege and attack damage are now 298. Do note that when you drop a tumor, health regeneration doubles. So, yeah. Let's go into talents. Okay, at level 1, you have centrifugal hooks. Banelings are capable of traveling twice as far. This isn't a bad ability,
As you say.
since you see how far banelings can travel. Just imagine centrifugal hooks. I could be like here and still hit. I'll actually show you the range on that later. Most commonly, most people will take. Oh, actually, they changed that. I was gonna say most people take the Roachling one, but they must have rearranged her since I played her last. Okay, the Corpse Feeder. Kills earned by Roachling increase their duration by 10 seconds. Reconstitution. Health regeneration bonus on creep is increased by 300%. If you're going to be playing passively, this might be your way. Like, if you're laning, this might be your thing. If you're wanting to siege, which she is a specialist, allowing her to basically be a siege champion, sieging is her thing. So, then she has Demolitionist, which is a really nice ability. Against buildings, you gain 10% damage. If you notice, 298, 10% of that would put her at 320, yeah, like 326. So I'm going to go with centrifugal hooks just to show you the distance. Demolitionist isn't a bad one either. Demolitionist is also a general talent.
Choose a talent.
So, you notice how far it goes now? I could literally be over here. Yeah. Also, do note that the Banelings, since they're minions, actually gain health as you level up. As you saw, they weren't killed with one shot as they had been previously.
Without question.
Anyway, Envenomed Spines. At level 4, you can gain Envenomed Spines. Basic attacks have a plus 20% range. And deal 105 extra damage as poison over 3 seconds. You could take Medusa Blades. Basic attacks deal 25% damage to 3 nearby targets. This is the split attack. It's a nice one. More often than not, I like Envenom. If I remember right, Envenom allows me to attack from outside of tower range, or at least used to. But Tumor Clutch, if you're using a lot of tumors, for example, if you got Reconstitution, it reduces the mana cost, the 20 mana cost from Tumor, and lowers it from a 15-second charge time to a 10-second charge time. Envenom is a general talent, which allows you to poison your enemies for damage over time. It is basically the it's basically a major damage dealer, just an extra ability. And then you have Infest, which is her personal promote ability. I'm going to be taking Envenom Spines. As you can see, now have 6.5%. And it's not showing me the power range, but yeah. And it's also dealing poison damage? Like, seriously. Shoot a tower, deal 300 damage, and then 35 poison damage every second for the next... How long was that? 30 seconds? I'm good with that. Let's refresh the ports real quick. Okay. Oh, now that's where they moved it to. Okay, so Battle Momentum at level 7. Battle Momentum, basic attacks reduce cooldowns by 0.5 seconds. General ability, it's used often. Um, volatile acid, Baneling damage against non-heroic target is increased by 50%. Ventral stacks, infestations drops now spawns 3 roachlings. Endless creep, creep tumor spread faster. Spreads twice as fast and 25% further. Rapid incubation, channel and regenerate up to 25% of your HP and mana over 3 seconds. This one a lot of people used to take really early, like when she first came out, because it was broken and had no cooldown. So you literally just went 1-1-1-1-1, QWER, QWER, attack, attack, 1-1-1-1-1, QWER, QWER. And that's all she had to do. Most of the time, you'd take Ventral Sacks. They deal damage. It creates a 3rd Roachling. Zagara is extremely good in the jungle. Especially with this ability. You drop one of these between jungle camps. It allows you to move faster. You summon something. With 3 Roachlings, she'll get multiple attacks. But since we already have a Baneling, we're going to get... Actually, never mind. We're going to get Roaches, too. Because that's non-heroic, not building. So, no real reason. Now we're going to get Devouring Maw. I really should have got Ventral Sacks. That's one of the first 2. Whoops. Devouring Maw. Summon Devouring Maw. Deals 795 damage and devours enemies for 4 seconds. Devoured enemies cannot fight and take damage per second.
Choose a talent.
Now, at level 13, you can get Mutilus. Your Hunter-Killer turns into a Mutilus, which can bounce its attacks and has an increased duration of 50%. It also flies. Like, yeah, that shouldn't need to be said, but it sometimes does. It flies, meaning people who can jump over walls and stuff don't get away from it, unlike a Hunter-Killer, which they can go around. You also have Groove Spikes. Hunter-Killers has a range increase of 35% and a damage increase of 20%. This allows them to be extremely useful. Most of the time I go with Mutilus because it's great against people, but Groove Spines is better against buildings. Bile Drop. Enemies hit by Drop Pod take an additional 100% damage, so that's 420 damage over the next 4 seconds. Giant Killer is a general talent. Attacks against enemy heroes deal 1.5% of their maximum health as bonus damage. Spell Shield, general talent upon taking ability damage. Reduce all ability damage by 50% for 2 seconds. Can only be triggered once every 30 seconds. I'm going to take Mutilus.
Choose a talent.
At level 16, you have Baneling Massacre. You now spawn 8 Banelings, as compared to 4. That's 8 Banelings at 185 damage each. You have Brood Expansion. You can now charge 2 Hunter Killers. Normally, that's what I take. I can drop double Mutilus on somebody. But Metabolic Boost, the movement speed is increased to 40% as compared to 20. Stone Skin, activate a shield that heals you, or shields you for 30% of your maximum HP. We're going to go with Brood Expansion.
Choose a talent.
And Tyrant Maw, devouring an enemy deals 50% more damage. Enemy heroes killed by the Maw reduces its cooldown by 50 seconds. It has a 100-second cooldown. Killing 2 people allows you to insta-tap it. At level 20, you also get Fury of the Storm and Bolts of the Storm. So we're going to take Tyrant Maw. Okay, to kind of show off her new abilities. I've already kind of showed you. Yeah. Lots of damage there. Ventral Sacks. Creates 3 of them. They do a lot of damage. And, yeah, it just makes more targets to hit. Spawn Mutilus, you can spawn it on 2. This one is attacking the wall. Do note, as soon as it's done attacking the wall, it just GTFOs out of there. Like, it don't care about me. And I'm going to summon a Maw. Does no damage to buildings, as you can see. Okay. Gonna go ahead and toggle minions so we can see this in combat. So, in combat, Banelings are nice. Drop pods, again, create people. Sadly, I killed them way too fast. Actually, that wouldn't have been too much of an issue. But I want to show you Devouring Maw with the whole group there. So Devouring Maw is a small area, but it goes through, does damage. Now, I can drop both my Mutalisks on him, but do note that Devouring Maw is not instant. It takes a couple of seconds to go through. And, as well as not being instant, it's gonna take a second to kill all this real quick. As well as not being instant, it is a small area of effect which they can easily move out of. Now let's kill him real quick. And you're a jerk, man. Not supposed to move out of the way. Okay, so plain and simple, she is built to kind of walk through buildings. As you can see, Mutalisks or Hunter Killers be extremely devastating. And reset those levels. Let's turn them off. Okay, so now let's go to level 20.
Choose a talent.
And level 20. So now this time, let's see here. Take Demolitionist. We'll take Medusa's
Choose a
Blades,
talent.
Momentum, Nidus Worm. Summon a Nidus Worm at a target location that can be entered by right-clicking. While inside, exit by targeting a Nidus Worm with R or right-clicking near the worm. You can have a maximum of 4 worms at one
Choose a
time.
talent.
Now, we're going to get Brood Spines, Brood Expansion, and Brood Nest. Exiting, or Broodling Nest. Exiting a Nidus Worm spawns 6 Broodlings that attack the nearest lane. This effect has a 20-second cooldown. So, let's go ahead and drop a couple of Nidus Worms in some places. Oh, I can't see that, so I can't. This is a really small map, so there's not a lot of places I can do it. So, I can enter the Nidus Worm, take a couple of seconds of spawning, and I can leave a Nidus Worm. Those Broodlings have the same effect as Abathur's. One thing to note is you can enter a Nidus Worm and just stay in here. And you can leave the same Nidus Worm you enter. Now, let's see if I can do this right. So, you enter a Nidus Worm, and the Nidus Worm dies, nothing happens. Like, you can just stay in a Nidus Worm, it's not a big deal. Do note that if you go into a Nidus Worm and stay there, and, like, don't do any, like, just kind of stay in a Nidus Worm, don't die, don't do anything, your teammates will think you're a dick. Now, one thing I am kind of a little bit interested in this is actually one thing I've never tested. So bear with me here. It's a lot harder than it looks. Stop attacking.
Without question.
Okay, destroy this building. Okay. Now we're gonna get in here. It's actually something I've never thought of trying. So let's find out what happens together. Okay, if you die, or if all the Nidus worms die while you're inside of them, you will come out of the last one. I guess it's a little bit better than the alternative dying. Most people will leave a Nidus worm in their main base, either in the front of it or kind of in the rear. And most other people will either put one at the lane they're defending at, or the jungle camp that they're camping, or whatever. So, anyway, let's go ahead and toggle the minions. Actually, let's toggle them off real quick. If you do note, demolition does work with the triple tap, I believe. So, as you see, ammo's gone with that one. Yeah, stop turning on. Okay, so when you attack, the ammo goes down. I'm attacking the wall, not the guy, and his ammo keeps going down with each shot. So, it's not the best way to do it, but Spinal, Demolitionist, and
You should drink from a fountain while you're still able.
well, thanks for that advice. Why am I not healing anymore? But, sorry, like I was saying, Demolitionist and Medusa Blades do kind of work together. Okay, now let's go ahead and target some, or activate some minions. Do note that, these broodlings are technically minions, so they will work like them. Now, the same basic principles do apply when it comes to fighting. You target heroes with your hunter killer. You drop banelings to take out groups. You drop your infested drop on things. And as you can see, with either build, she's pretty devastating. You can use your Nidus worms to get to places that you're not near. So it's like, oh, my team doesn't see that, but my broodlings should push that pretty well, I hope. But if my team does see something, be like, oh, that sounds like a nice place to go. Right behind that enemy minion wave. So, that, and with the Midas Touch, you are capable of clearing minion waves pretty well. But, yeah. Anyway, this was all. Go ahead and set that. And there you go. This was my Storm Talk on Zagara. If there was anything you'd want to see more of or anything that you need some clarification on, don't be afraid to leave a comment. And, yeah. I hope this was informative and enjoyable. Have a nice day.